In 2015, the 2016 model year MX-5 Miata came out as a new generation. It got a significant update, especially in the powertrain department. In 2018 is a 2019 model year called the ND2 Miata. What if I told you there's an ND3 Miata coming? We're starting at Mazda's Japanese press page. Check this out. With the exception of some specifications, sales of the current model have been discontinued. There have been some articles floating around on the internet talking about how the MX-5 has been discontinued. Like, yeah, those are a little clickbaity, and I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to lower the channel standards that much. It's discontinued maybe for the ND2. And they say the announcement of the new model is scheduled for this winter. Well, we're pretty much in winter, right? After Thanksgiving, how I see it is after Thanksgiving, which is at the time of this recording tomorrow, is winter time. You know, technically first day of winter is December 21st, but I mean, I grew up in Nebraska. Winter starts essentially in Halloween. We're going to head over to Which Car, an Australian car website, and they have some additional information here about the MX-5. They say the 2022 MX-5 Miata will be revealed December 16th as current model discontinued. So maybe mark that in your calendar, because you bet if we get information on a refreshed ND3 Miata, I will be posting and talking about it extensively on the 16th. They're claiming a spokesperson for Mazda Australia has told Motor that there will be details to share on the updated MX-5 December 16th. And that's it. I mean, there's only one comment, more power Mazda, more power. I don't think that's going to happen. And we're going to go down memory lane. Not that long ago, just a few weeks ago, I posted this article coming out of Japan, and it's starting to make sense at this point of what they were saying. They say the next generation, which will be the 5th generation, NE Miata possibly, and it's expected in 2025. But they were hearing that it could appear in 2022 at the earliest. And it's not necessarily that they're contradicting themselves here. It's just that in 2025, there will be a fully new generation of NE Miata, which we'll go over some of those details just in case you missed the video a couple weeks ago. But for 2022 model year, they're hearing that there could be some updates too. And that's also going to be true, as we're more than likely going to be getting an ND3 Miata. For the first time, we should see an actual refresh on the vehicle in terms of styling. And I think what we're seeing here could very well be an indication of where the styling of the next generation ND Miata is going to be based off of. We have a much more aggressive front hood here and front cowl. Of course, we have the smiley face that's always been a part of the MX-5, and the headlights are just a little bit more aggressive. We could be seeing some new wheel options as a part of a refresh. Interior, it's hard to say, but maybe some new color options, which we've been getting different color options, I believe, since it came out. And we don't have a rendering of what the rear will look like, but it's not going to look much different. I'm expecting the taillights to be updated. I don't feel like the taillights have aged all that well on the MX-5. It would be nice if we had dual exhaust on an ND3 Miata. That's something that we see on like every other Mazda vehicle, is that their dedication and their design focus on having dual exhaust just looks really, really good on all the other Mazda products. We don't have it on their sportiest vehicle, which is the MX-5. So that'd be cool if we got some dual exhaust action on the new MX-5. And looking into the future at the 2025 NE Miata, or the 5th generation model, whatever they want to call it, they're saying it's going to be lighter. They will be using more carbon fiber, more aluminum, and they're going to use a Skyactiv X engine. Skyactiv X uses compression ignition like a diesel engine, and it will be a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder or a 1.2 liter inline 3-cylinder. Now that will be for certain parts of the world. They're saying there is an evolution of the 2-liter Skyactiv X, and that will be a part of the Focus as well. That's what we would be getting. And all Skyactiv X engines are mild hybrids. So keep that in mind, that the next generation NE or 5th generation MX-5 will be a hybrid to some extent, not like Toyota's hybrids. It'll still have a 6-speed manual, of course, but mild electrification so they can pass emission standards around the world. Currently, the ND2 Miata uses this 2-liter Skyactiv G that's been tuned to 181 horsepower, but we do have a Skyactiv X 2-liter, and it could be that when the NE or 5th generation Miata comes out, whatever they want to call it, it's going to have at least 188 horsepower and a lot more torque, thanks to not only the technology of the engine, but the assist of the electric motors in it. And they're saying that there's likely a next generation Skyactiv X technology. So this could be pushed maybe to 195, 200 horsepower by the time it makes it into the MX-5 in 2025. So I'll see you guys down below in the comments about the upcoming updates for the MX-5. We get a refresh, possibly December 16th. Hopefully revised styling, dual exhaust. I don't expect any big power updates or anything like that. That will come when we get a full redesign in 2025. Smash the like button if you haven't. I really appreciate it. But I wanted to go over this article right here because I find it extraordinarily amusing. We're over IC cars, by the way. 15 cars that cost you more used than new. That's how ridiculous the market is. If you want a used car, you're going to be spending more money on these specific models than you were if you were to buy it new. And the reason is that the chip supply is reducing the amount of new vehicles being bought, and you have to wait a really long time to get a new vehicle just because there is a wait list essentially for every single vehicle out there. And we need to talk about what's going on. This graph tells us a bleak picture here. We need to talk about the Teslas. They're number 1 and 2 on this list. Getting a Tesla, you're waitlisted probably about 6 months at this point. And the Model 3 is going for 27.8% over a new version. And we're talking used versus new. It's costing on average $11,000 more if you buy a used Model 3 as opposed to getting your hands on a new one because people want their Teslas here and now. I think the Teslas being at the top really goes to tell you how dedicated, loyal, and maybe brainwashed and tunnel vision Tesla buyers are right now. They can't get a new one. They're going to spend $12,000 to $13,000 more on a Model 3 or Model Y that's used instead of waiting for a new one. Can you imagine spending $65K on a used Model Y right now? People are doing it. They want their Teslas. They want to be cool. They want to be a part of the wave of the future. Man, that is a big tax to pay just to get your Tesla right here, right now. Toyota also has a really big loyal following as well. And they're not quite as gung-ho as the Tesla buyers in the used market, but they're still paying about $5,000 more for their Tacoma and Tundras. I don't know why people are paying so much for Dodge Chargers, but I did see a cool Scat Pack yesterday with, with the wide fenders and stuff. It looked all right. I'm not going to lie. You guys know I never buy anything Dodge or Stellantis. Honda Civic. We have about 10% over a new car pricing, which only equates to about $2,600. So only, but it's still well over MSRP for a new car. And that is specifically for the hatchback. RAV4 on this list doesn't really come as a surprise. Kia Telluride doesn't really come as a surprise. Crosstrek is a little bit surprising for me, but this is one of the hottest Subarus right now and people just can't get enough of them. Yukon is on the list, and when you're paying $72,000 already for Yukon for a new one, a gently used one for just $5,000 more is a bargain. Of course, the Tahoe is on the list because that's essentially the same vehicle as a Yukon. Subaru WRX. So people are probably not that thrilled about the new WRX, as most of you know. And so people are paying really high used prices to get the outgoing model. So that doesn't surprise me at all. And I'm actually surprised it's only 5% over the new car price. The Civic Sedan joins the list. Palisade also joins the list, which doesn't surprise me because it's the same offering as the Kia Telluride, just on the Hyundai badge. And then the Corolla also on the list. People need inexpensive cars, and they know Corolla is typically a vehicle and a brand that they can trust. But I love this overall average here. So looking at the average used car prices, including the top 15, but all used car purchasing prices right now, used cars are only $577 cheaper on average than a brand new car, thanks to the supply shortages. So guys, do whatever you can to not buy a vehicle right now. I understand if you need to. get in an accident, your lease ends, things like that. I get it. 'Tis the season to not buy a car if you can help it. But yeah, I just find it funny and quite comical that the Teslas are following the stereotype of fanatical buyers. But anyways, guys, I'll see you down below. Can't wait to see what you have to say about the ND3 Miata, next generation Miata coming in 2025. And yeah, Tesla buyers are happy to spend $12,000 to $13,000 more on a used Tesla than a new Tesla just because they don't want to wait. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more Mazda news updates and all Japanese and Korean car updates in the future. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.